What's going on, everyone? This is the Wolf Podcast with a special Market Madness episode with our friend Parrotstock from Twitter. You could check him out on Twitter at Parrotstock, I believe, right? At Parrotstocks, at Parrotstock.
At Parrotstock, yep.
At Parrotstock. Yeah, go ahead and give him a follow. We're going to be talking a little bit about the Market Madness tournament today and about Parrot's champions in the tournament, specifically SC and MG&I, which I'll let him hit a little bit more on. Just so everyone knows about Parrot, really fantastic follower on Twitter, openly trades $1 million portfolio with the public. Always happy to answer any questions, very active. Whether you're just getting into investing or whether you're trading in the big leagues like him, it's always fantastic. So welcome in, Parrot. Awesome to have you here. I'd love to hear from you before we get into it. We had a big green day today. Tell us about your day in the market, maybe any moves that you made, and then we'll hop into the stocks.
Yeah, great. I appreciate having me on. Today was a good day. It was nice to see a rebound finally. But no moves today, just kind of watching the last few days. I bought the dip 2 or 3 times and ran out of capital. So now it's just watch and enjoy the ride both directions. Unfortunately, it was the wrong way for a few days, but nice little recovery today. Not a lot of volume, but we'll see if we can get some continuation over the next few days.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with you. I hope it's not a dead cat bounce, and we're just seeing a little bounce off the bottom and it keeps going. I'm fairly tired of the dips, so I'm right there with you. So let's talk. Let's talk your favorite tickers in this contest. Drew, I'm gonna hand it over to you for the first couple of questions, and then I'll take the rest of them.
Yeah. So I don't know if you've seen our bracket or if you got it pulled up. A lot of different tickers, right? We got ETFs. We got some very small names, some big names. Is there any ticker that just stands out on that bracket?
Wow, man. Yeah, it's a big bracket. It's fun to go through there. I just went through it about 30 minutes ago, kind of taking a peek, and a lot of great names, a lot of tough matchups, man. Tough matchups. Of course, the one that stands out to me is my favorite stock, SE. We're going to go to the championship, of course, but but other than that, man, there's just a lot of great names on here. It's going to be tough.
Okay. Yeah, C is a great name. I've actually been following it a little bit for over a year, I think now myself. Companies had a wild run during COVID. Kind of explain to us what maybe stands out about that stock, more fundamentals. What's the DNA of C?
The DNA for SC growth, really, it's just all about growth, about expansion, and they've been hitting that. They've been executing perfectly. So it's just high growth potential, really low risk in my mind. If you know a little bit, I'll just talk a little bit about them. From their gaming, where they started, where they get most of their revenue and capital right now is from their gaming. And I just saw a post a couple hours ago that Free Fire has doubled their revenue in the last 3 months on Free Fire, their number one game. It's just crazy. So they just continue to expand, expanded into banking. Southeast Asia is a huge underbanked population, and by them doing that, they're just allowing their customers to come in and just basically they're buying their own customer, giving their own customers opportunities to buy from them. It's the vision of Forrest is crazy, really, what he's done with that company. And then them moving into South America, Mexico, taking on Melly straight, head on. It's pretty crazy that they have the balls to do that, right? Just to take them on, and I love it. I saw last week, I think, that they have already passed them in mobile downloads. So I don't think they're gonna bankrupt Melly, but every little bit, somebody said they won't. Somebody was arguing with me on Twitter or debating with me, I should say, on Twitter about Melly and not being able to overtake them. And I don't think they have to be successful there, right? They're both high growth companies, and every person that they take from Melly is, growth potential going down for Melly and up for SE because they're not there, right? So I still like the outlook for them there in the long run too. So just
Very
growth
nice.
on every front.
Is there any, number any maybe multiple that sticks out to you in particular that made you, want to jump onto this? It sounds like you're a growth investor, maybe, EPS growth. I mean, or I don't even think, are they positive EPS yet? Or,
No, they're not. They're not positive. They're still just in growth mode. Forrest made a comment, I think last quarter, that they could turn it on anytime and it'd be sooner than later. I don't know that sooner is going to be 21, probably more like 22 in my mind before they turn it on, but I think it's definitely there. I mean, really, it's the revenue growth and active user growth. I believe last month was 70% and 100% year over year, something like that. I may have those backwards, trying to do that off memory, but just continuing to see them grow at those levels, I'm happy. Yep.
Yeah, those are great numbers to look at. So this is a sentiment tournament. So I know Gav has some questions that he definitely wants to ask on that. So take over, Gav.
Yeah, that's a great point. So obviously this is going to be decided by which stock people like best, right? So people are going to be voting in Twitter polls that are going to be starting next Monday. I believe that's the 15th is when those are going to open up for a week for people to have brackets. And then on the 22nd will be the voting will starting. So let's talk about the social sentiment. You're on Twitter every single day talking with people. I'm sure a lot of people are adding you about C and they're talking to you. What have you seen over the last maybe few months has been the social sentiment surrounding SE? People in favor of it, people backing it, and how do you think that will factor into its play in the tournament?
Yeah, so I think FinTwit's been a very popular stock on FinTwit. C's been probably 9-1. 9 out of 10 are in favor or bullish on C. So I think they're going to do great. You put them up against a hard one though to start with. So if they get past the first one, actually all the way down, they've kind of got a tough road all the way down. So it's going to be interesting. You probably did that to me on purpose, make me really pump them. But
I don't know if there's any easy road to this champion.
I don't know. There's some easier roads, I think. I don't know if I can say who they're up against, but
well, we can say who they're up against. Right now, I think this one is a finalized. So there's a couple other stocks that are getting switched in, but I think this one's finalized. Their first round is against Apple. So talk to me about going against Apple in the first round.
Man, so as you probably know, I own Apple too, and I love Apple as well. I think if we're talking growth and over the next few years, I think it's a no-brainer. It's not even a contest that on growth from. I mean, Apple's already, I don't know how many $1 trillion their market cap is. They're not going to 10 times from here. They could easily double though, in relatively short order. But I think SE is going to 10 times in the next. I'm going to go out on a limb, say 5 years. We'll see. They're growing fast. So I think from growth perspective, they're there. From the voters though, I don't know, because Apple's kind of a cornerstone in a lot of portfolios. So we'll see how it does there. It's going to be interesting.
Are there any other accounts on Twitter that you think are going to be big SE stands with you? Maybe give us this vote a retweet and push SE.
Oh, I think I could get some people to. I don't know exactly who that's going to be. That's interesting. I know that I think I finally got Gavin to buy into SE, so maybe I can get him on board and get him to help pump it for me.
Yeah, bring everyone into the picture. So I think it's
I said Gavin, I meant Gannon. Sorry, Gannon.
Gannon wrestler. Yeah, you got to get him in on the picture. He's a big SE guy. For sure. Okay, cool. So we touched on the fundamentals. We've touched on the sentiment. I just want to touch on the bracket as a whole. Is there any strategy that you're going into this when you go ahead and you fill out your bracket?
Yeah, so it's really a combination. It's going to be, like you said, it's going to be tough because there's a lot of tough competition, but really it's kind of a balance between the stocks I love and their growth potential and then their popularity on FinTwit, right, on Twitter. So it's going to be a combination of both. I'm probably going to lean towards the stocks I love, though.
Yeah,
so that's my strategy. Just pick the stocks I like. The ones that some of them are the ones I don't really know that much about. I'll pick the ones that are talked about the most and just go from there.
Definitely, that's definitely a good strategy. And kind of my last question, I'll turn it back to Drew if he has anything. It's just, are there any stocks or ETFs you've had a chance to see the bracket that you think could maybe be an underdog? their following could come out of the woodwork and they could come through and take over this tournament?
Yeah, man. The one I'm thinking about is probably is Mohawk MWK. So I know Jonah likes him a lot. I'm not sure if he's going to come on and talk about them, but I think that they could come out of the woodwork there. They're up against some tough competition as well, but I really like them long term. So I think they got a shot.
Yeah, so I think Mohawk is actually getting a little bit moved. I'm not sure if their first round has been like officially set. I know I had them up against someone else, but I actually think that Mohawk is going to actually go up against Amazon first round.
Oh, so you're going to kill them on the first round. All right.
So all I'm saying is everyone best come ready to play because this is not easy.
I like that you made me pick them before you told me who they're up against. You switched who they're up against. Okay.
Yeah, well, you got it. It's like in March Madness. You don't get a choice who your team is. You have your team, and you got to root for them, whether it's the easy path or the hard path.
Okay, well, now I got a question here. So who's Magnite up against? Who's Magnite up against?
So Magnite is going to be up against, and so originally I had to put in Magnite, of course, and a couple of others, but let's see who they are up against.
You shook up my whole bracket. You got me all.
Yeah, well, the bracket
discombobulated
officially they'll start getting filled out in a little bit. So Magnite is all right. You're not gonna like this, but Magnite is going up against DMTK in the first round.
Oh, I can live with that one. I like that matchup better than Amazon.
Jonah's coming on Friday to talk DMTK.
Oh, that's all right. That's okay.
So okay, all right, a little bit of rivalry. Very
Yeah,
cool.
I like that one better than being up against Amazon.
Yeah, I hear you. Made a little switch there. I just couldn't put Jonah's two favorite against each other in the first round.
That's what I was hoping you were doing that on purpose.
I was going to, and then he told me I had to switch them. So
okay, all right.
I went ahead and made the change.
Dang.
Cool.
Okay.
Drew, anything else on your mind?
I think that basically wraps it up over here. Parrot, thank you so much for coming on with us. We really appreciate you spending some time, especially on a green day like today. If you have anything you want to shout out, definitely go ahead. This is your opportunity.
No, just thanks for having me on. Check out the site. Hopefully you enjoy my page and my feed. And I'm always DMs are always open, and try to respond to everybody. If I don't respond to you, it's because I didn't see it, not because I didn't mean to respond. And look forward to see you on Twitter.
Let's do it.
And on Wolf.
And on Wolf, yeah. So that wraps it up for today. Thank you so much once again, and we will see you guys in the Market Madness tournament. We are so excited to get this thing live. Peace.
Thanks, guys.